Hey there, I'm Colin and welcome back to another episode of Colin's Court. Today we're going over the second fundamental on our forehand, the racket drop. Let's get it. I think it's safe to say if you're watching these videos and are wanting to improve your game, one of your goals is adding power. And the drop is where all of our power begins. Later on, I'll go into detail on how to use our legs and our bodies to help us generate, well,
ultimate power.
But for now, I just want us to understand what the drop is and how it is key for us in learning how to generate the power that we want. Now, there are two key ways that we can create power. One, using our physical strength, and two, using gravity and our mechanics. Yes, we want to use both. Combining great mechanics with our physical strength will give you the maximum potential of the swing. But developing good mechanics is where things get difficult. I'm going to bring us back to the 3-finger drill, where I use just 3 fingers to hold onto the racket and successfully hit the ball into the court. The main takeaway from the drill is how important the drop is at helping us create power, and doing so without overexerting ourselves. Keywords: overexerting. By letting my arm go limp, the weight of my arm and the racket are pulled down by gravity, creating momentum that carries the racket through to the ball. I'm going to use this giant tennis ball tied to the end of a rope as an example. There are 2 ways that I can get this thing swinging. The first way I'll get this ball moving is by pushing it again and again and again until I get it swinging high enough. This works, but it does require me to give a number of pushes before I get it going. The second way, I simply lift the ball back to a desired height and let it drop. We see the ball gain speed quickly and swing higher, and all I did was just let it go. The weight of the ball dropping gave it all of the acceleration and momentum that it needed to begin its swing. This is how we want our forehand to operate. I see lots of players who start their racket too low and then physically try to get the racket moving. Yes, it works, but the speed of their swing is severely limited, not to mention inefficient. I want to emphasize the limitations in swing speed because racket head acceleration is needed in order to create both power and topspin. With more racket speed, gaining power is easy for people to understand, but understanding why more racket speed means more topspin requires a little more explanation. When you swing from low to high, making contact with the ball, you cause the ball to begin to rotate end over end. Once that begins, the Magnus effect takes a hold of the ball. Without going too deep into the physics and aerodynamics, as the ball travels through the air and rotates, the air pressure on the top and the bottom of the ball changes. With topspin, the air pressure becomes lower on the bottom side of the ball and pulls the ball down. Here's where the acceleration comes in. The faster you accelerate the racket, the faster the rotation of that ball and the greater that pressure difference becomes, thus more spin. Top level players use spin to control the ball around the court. And when they want more control, they continue to accelerate their racket. But instead of accelerating through the ball, they put more emphasis on accelerating from low to high to create more topspin. They do not slow their racket down. Racket acceleration is vital to developing both power and control over the ball, and I want you to be confident when it comes to creating both. Having the drop be a part of every stroke will be key in us being able to generate power and control that we are looking for. Some simple ways to practice this would be the fingertip swing, where we use only 3 fingers to hold onto the racket and hit the ball, and simply standing in place with our racket back and learning to relax our arm and just let it fall. Staying relaxed takes practice, just like everything else does. Now, to wrap it up, I want to remind you guys that in the videos to follow, I'll be going over the remaining 2 parts of our forehand, so be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss out. If you liked the video, smash the like button down below, and if you have any questions, comments, or observations, please leave them and I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.